Hello all. So, I'm going to do a car review on this video. It's the Honda CVR, is that correct? CRV, Honda CRV. It stands for Honda Comfortable Ride Vehicle? Run-around vehicle. Comfortable run-around vehicle. That's what the CRV stands for. And the Honda. I never get right. I gotta get mixed up with the old CVH engine. I know that. I think he's doing a video too. Yeah, so it's from its car Struns. This is it here. It's 1.6 turbo diesel. And so he's doing his review for his channel. I'll get one minute of this. I'm on. I shall get views from all around the car, views from underneath the car. I've got myself a stick to put under it to show you the chassis or the underside, because I'm interested in that kind of stuff anyway. I'll get a view of the engine, and then I'll get the view of the interior, and I'm sure Strun will demonstrate all the stuff, all the functions on the car. There's lots of hidden features and that. I'm not familiar with the Honda at all, really. At first glance I looked at it when he first got it. I thought it's like 4x4. It does come in a 4x4 version, but this particular one's a two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive version. So, my own car, the saloon, it's the Octavia, is actually a hatchback, but it's got the saloon profile, look about it. That's more the sort of cars that I would go for. The big cars like this, I tend to just think of expensive to run. You know, they're heavy and they're expensive. However, the weight of it, going by the handbook, is actually about 15 to 1600 kilograms, which is lighter than I thought. At initial glance I thought it was about 2 tonne. So, and being a diesel, it's fairly economical. What sort of miles per gallon do you get when you're
somewhere around the 47 mark.
47 mark for a big car. It's two-wheel drive, but it's also got the 6-speed gearbox manual as well, which is also a help to you for because you're in full control of the gears. So, I'll get a view right around the car and then
I can move it forward if you need, because you're not going to get round the back of it.
No, that's right.
I'll angle it slightly over that way because there's nobody up here.
No. This is great up here. It's the Olympic car park here. It's a brilliant view of Dundee.
It is.
Dundee Docks waterfront. Yeah, I mean, it's good backshot, and you've got the bridge which we'll go over later. So I'll turn this around and show you the external of the car, the exterior. Show this. So it's got the full alloy wheels.
Top spec.
Top spec, yeah. I don't know what the sizes of the wheels, tyres are. 18-inch.
225 60R18.
225 60.
I literally just did that in my video, that's why I know that.
Yeah, so I'll get this, I'll go and get this properly. I'll do a proper sweep rounds. Yeah. So it's got tinted glass on the rear as well, and Strun's going to move the car forward as well, so you get a view of it. I'll get the footage of the car actually in motion as well.
Yeah, that's what
that'll be the diesel tank side.
I'll show you that in a minute.
And then you've got the offside as well, and show you the car as it's been driven forward. Like a wee demo drive.
That's like hazard lights, aren't they?
Yeah, do all that, put all the fogs and show all the lights and everything, and just go for just around the top there. And I'll get the Law Hill in the background, Dundee Law in the background as well. Just that's the hill at the top. Yeah, right, here goes. So that's a light demonstration, just showing you rear fogs, hazards, and you got your brake lights on as well. Yeah, brake lights, Strun. Is it? Oh right, the high intensity light is not coming on at the moment. Alright, yeah, okay, maybe the bulb's out at the top, or the LED strips maybe needing connected, but that's just one of these wee things. No, actually,
Wow.
This car has done a lot of miles, so just simple. I mean, Stroon's into that. That's his hobby. He fixes car electrics and does wee odd jobs around the car. So sure he'll be quite happy to trace that fault and put it right.
It's a bit of a pain in the arse.
I just happened to notice when I was checking the brakes, and the high intensity light bulb at the LED is not working. So we might even, at one point we could do a video and show how to fix it. It could be a bad connection.
This one that's not going on, is it?
Aye, well, what I'll do is I'll go and
press
the
the
brakes.
brake.
I don't know that I need to, but I'll do it anyway. Right on a video too, of all time, sod's law. That's the reality of it though. So, and in the back, yeah, so I'm just actually testing the brakes for, and it has actually gone out. So that's another job that you need to do. But you're good at doing jobs on cars anyway, so he enjoys doing them. So it's a project for you as well, and you could do a separate video on it. So I get too hung up on this because we'll have to, well, might as well show them where it is and how you get into it. I mean,
I put these straps on the outside.
So this panel, that's your wiring.
Aye.
That's actually your screen wash, sorry. That's your screen wash, that's your wiring room at your left here. So, this, by the way, is a little bit of a bonus for those that don't know how to do this.
Something in there.
Yeah, that's just
That's an awkward fucker to get to.
That's how you get this off, by the way. This panel, panels come off, they just clip fit in on there, so it's a wee bonus.
I hope that's not entirely gone though.
The unit itself?
Yeah, I hope it's not.
No, hopefully not. It could be a bad connection. I think it's an LED strip actually. Well, that's a wee demonstration of how to get the panel. Yeah, it pries it off. It's plastic push fits. They just clip onto the, well, push fit back in. It's little lugs that push in, and that's how you access.
It's a pain in the
It's a bit awkward. I think actually there's a wee clip there.
There is,
see that white thing there? I think it pries down on that and it should just push forward. Yeah.
That's what I'm attempting.
I think that's. If you've got like long nose pliers or something in your toolbox, you might be able to access it that way. So he's going to get a pair of needle-nosed pliers to get into the small cavities there, because there's like a plastic clip that you've got to pinch, and that then releases the LED unit out from the hatchback, basically. Easier said than done.
What the fuck?
So there is actually a bolt there,
that's good.
Bolt, that might just be required to get this unit off and bigger it, because that looks as though it's in line with the
Right, yeah.
unit, and that white thing is the connector for the wiring harness, and at the other side there should be a corresponding bolt, which there is. So there's a bolt there, a bolt there, so in perspective there's a bolt there and a bolt there, and
I will get that one back.
8mm socket, and
yeah, I'm not getting that one back.
Oh, the little
unless I can get that plug out.
If you got one of these magnets, the aerial magnets, extendable magnets that we get into.
Well, I do, yeah, but I don't know if it would get in there.
I'll
just pull this rubber plug out and see if I can reach.
Yeah, so the little bolt is falling down. It's just such an awkward space to work in, but there's just a grommet to get that wire out there with that, just on hooks, and then just somehow you get bolts just falling down.
It has fallen in.
Yeah. So you're just testing out your radio then. I heard your radio blaring away there. I heard all this loud music all of a sudden. I was like, what the heck? It was that. Oh wow. So, look at that. That's the magnetic. Yeah, it's a bit small for to get in there because the little bolt is falling it. So he's here laughing. I'm not quite sure what music you're playing there. Well, Stroon's fixing that. He's got a load of spare bolts anyway. We'll get on to that later, but it's just a fairly quick, straightforward task. It's just awkward more than anything else. It's just a couple of bolts at each side to hold that unit in. The bolts are tiny, and one of them fell off the end of the socket. but he's got a spare bolt, so and then some one bolt will do. So whilst he's working on that, I'll get on with the rest of this. I'm going to get views of the underside of this car as well, the interior, and later Stu will explain some of the, or demonstrate some of the functions on this model of car. It's a 66 plate. It was actually registered in January 2017, so it's just over 7.5-year-old. It's got high mileage. It's quite a high mileage car. Well, for a diesel, it's okay, but it's about 135,000, and it's still running sweet. But for a diesel engine, it's been well maintained. That should be, should be within its parameters. Should manage that, because diesel engines genuinely run slower than petrol. The RPMs of the diesel engines usually slower than petrol counterparts, because the diesel engine is a more torqueier engine just in its nature, so it uses it's more economical in some respects. A lot of taxi drivers and delivery company commercial vehicles use diesels for that reason, and the RPMs being lower means there's, well, you would think there would be perhaps less wear compared to its petrol counterpart with that amount of miles on it. So anyway, I'll get around this, show you a wee bit of the underside and the exterior, and I could do more of the interior, which is, it's a wee bit late in the evening, but if it gets darker I could do. I'll leave the interior for later. I'll get the exterior stuff done before it gets darker. So you got it off? Oh, yeah, right. That's fine. So it's just basically...
It's an LED strip, isn't it?
Yes, I think that would be. There's one way of finding out.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell if it's. Generally they are, I think, because
I think it is, yeah.
There's high intensity, isn't there?
There's my wee screen wash thing in there.
You might even get your bolt back as well if you just sign up.
Well, that's true. I've got my order. I'll get my magnet.
Yeah. So we'll get the magnet down in there now.
I should do.
Yeah, that's the screen wash hose, by the way, and there's a wee grommet, a watertight grommet that just fits onto the bodywork. Oh, I got a big magnet. It's an extendable magnet. So whilst he's doing that, so just a wee look at in the driver's seat.
That's it, yeah.
It's really quite nice. That's the instrument panel. Yeah. You found it?
Yeah, got it.
Good. So, like I say.
Dressed up to the right.
Aye, there's always something. So there, it's got the economy mode functions as well. It's a bit clearer. And it is a manual, 6-speed. The CD player is in a very crafty place, and I could show you where that is later. It's in a really, you wouldn't really, initially, you can't really see where it is unless you know where it is. So it's kind of like half leather and half suede, I think, the seats. This is a top high spec model, and I'll close the door and you get the sound of the... Oh, you want me to test your brakes?
Yeah.
We've got the... yeah, that's a foot on me. That's on, off, on, off. Oh, I think it's... Is it still not working?
No.
Ah, it's maybe the unit. Have you got like a meter or anything like that? You could test any...
A what?
An electrical meter. Oh, a bit of what's
a multimeter?
Yeah, because you'll get a connect, you'll tell whether it's broken. If it's breaking the circuit. Oh, there's you might know from our point-to-point challenge, you've got Gregor's cousin. You recognise it. Oh, that's not you, Gregor's is a ghost, isn't he?
He's been killed, yeah.
This video has gone completely bizarre. It's meant to be standing up as a car review, but for us three, in case you don't know it, by the way, it's me, Stu, and Kane that does the point-to-point challenges, and we'll have like a budget price. But you'll know if you've seen our videos before, you'll ken who we are and what we're like. But I'll try and get back to the matter at hand, which is the car review. all over the place with this one. So yeah, the CD player, I can't wait for you to demonstrate where that is. That is quite, I mean, it's, because it took me a while to find out where it was.
Oh yeah, it's not something you can guess.
No,
really.
it's not really, no, you've got to kind of know where it is, eh?
Yeah.
So, the next thing I'll do now is I'll get a view of the engine compartment. Yeah. And I'll show them, I'll show them the engine before it gets dark. I'll get most of the exteriors done while it's still lighty, and then I can get more into the interior and all the hidden features on the lower level where there's less wind, a wee bit, well, not that much warmer really, but so I'll get the engine bonnet opened. Oh yes, yes, that's it. So you've got that's your for your fuel. You don't want that for your engine bay. Your engine bay one is tucked in here, by the way, and that just lets you access the engine. So, with the bonnet open and the horn works, yes, just to be jumped a mile. Sorry. Yeah, so we know what the horn sounds like, and it's really deafening when you're right next to it. So it's the 1.6 diesel Earth Dreams technology. It's dual overhead cam, is it IDC? Get a closer view of it for you. So yeah, it's ID Tech. So from my knowledge, I think that's possibly the, I don't know, is that the ECU maybe? Engine control unit. You got your ABS unit tucked in there, screen wash. That'll be your brake and clutch fluid reservoir, that'll be your main brake fluid reservoir, I'm assuming. Power steering, which it will have, the reservoir will be, unless it's electric power steering, I'm not sure. There's your alternator. Engine mountings. That's where your oil goes for your oil dipstick. So your 12 volt battery, it'll be probably a higher current for cranking up a diesel, because its diesel engine's got higher compression. That's how a diesel engine works. It uses compression ignition. So as its pistons come up, it compresses the air to a very high temperature, because when you compress air to high temperatures, when you compress air high enough, it will reach a high enough temperature that will burn the diesel that's squirted in via the injector system, which is tucked somewhere in there. I'm not familiar with this engine really, I'm just kind of using my sort of general knowledge on what I know of engines. It's your two cooling fans, it's got air conditioning, it's your radiator expansion, not expansion, that's your radiator cap. The expansion tank on this actually, I don't know where that is, if it has even got one. I can't see an expansion tank for the radiator, I normally do. That's a screen wash, that's odd. No, I'm trying to figure out what that is now. No, that is the expansion tank, because that's going, this hose is going to the radiator. That's a screen wash there. So this must be the coolant expansion tank then. Oh, you're a bit. So we've got our you should see us when we do our point-to-point challenges in the fancy dress. It's just a laugh really, that's what we do it for, and it's us three that do it, so.
It's engine.
At least you've got plenty of horsepower anyway, running around like that. Talking of horsepower, I'm not quite sure what the horsepower is for this engine. The thing with diesel engines, the horsepower may not necessarily be so high. It's the torque that's usually the favourable thing with diesel engines. They're usually more torqueier than the petrol counterpart. The petrol engines tend to rev higher, which will produce more power because that's work done. It's torque times the revs, I think, that give you their. Basically, power is work done, so it does more work when it's revving faster. But diesel, revs slower, but it's more torque, there's more power or energy behind each stroke of the piston. So this will be the air cleaner box, I would assume, and from there it must go into, well, it goes into this turbocharger here on the front of the engine, and from the turbo it's got to go into an intercooler, and sure there'll be an intercooler tucked in here somewhere. I don't know where how the piping's plumbed in for this, but I'm sure the air will come in through the air filter, it'll be drawn into the turbo, compressed by the turbo, then out from the turbo into the air intercooler, and then from the intercooler it will go into the inlet manifold of the engine to be burnt, to mix with the diesel and be burnt. So when the piston reaches top dead centre, the air will be very hot because it's under high pressure, it's compressed, and as you compress the air it will get very hot, and then when the diesel squirted in with the probably direct injection system on this, it'll be a high pressure system anyway, the diesel will, that's the fuel, will mix with the hot air and it will ignite due to the high temperature. That's the three things you need to get combustion: fuel, oxygen and heat. So the oxygen is the air part, the fuel is the diesel, which is squirted in with injectors, and the heat is done by the piston coming up the top dead centre, compressing the air at a very high compression, which is hot enough to combust the diesel. And then as the piston goes down and it explodes, because you get an explosion, the piston's at top dead centre, then the fuel air mixture will explode, which pushes the piston down, which basically turns the crankshaft, turns the flywheel via the clutch into transmission, through all your gears, out the final drive, differential gearbox. This is the front wheel drive, goes to the hubs via the drive shafts, which turn your wheels. So that's just what I say about it from my understanding of it anyway. So I've showed you the engine bay. Struan will probably know a bit more, well, you'll know quite a lot about it as well. I think this is the fuse box setup, and the access to do bulb changes, it's probably access them from the back or something, I'm not sure. That's an LED, I think, LED lighting maybe, high intensity lights. So that's just telling you at the same time and showing you around the engine bay, and then just telling you what I believe these things do under the engine bay. So I'm not a qualified mechanic, but I just use the knowledge what I believe to be the case regarding how the engines work and the principles of it and where the things are in general terms. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the selfie stick and I'm going to put this camera underneath the car to get a view of the underside of this Honda CRV, is it? The VR. I just had to check that, the Honda CRV 66 plate. So it's the unit has gone then, is it?
Yeah.
Right. So,
so
you've ordered up a new unit. Well, at least that's showing people how to get access to it should these things go. So just a wee quick recap. There's a bolt there. There's a bolt there.
Oh no, there's not a bolt.
They're supposed to be. It will be when you've got a collection of bolts. 8mm bolt, wasn't it? 8mm socket. So fixture there. There's the main connector there for the wiring harness.
There's two little pop clips as well.
Oh yeah, so
once you have to reach up there and there.
A couple of pop clips. Wonder if I could.
You'll see them.
Yeah, they'll be self-explanatory. Because when you take the bolts out, there'll be the two clips that's holding it in, and you'll know to pop them out to get the actual high intensity unit out.
There you go.
And then the panel, the dress panel, just press fits back on there.
Double check there's no tears in that wire.
Yeah, is that your screen wash reservoir?
I think that is,
yeah. Yeah, that must go through the...
It does, it goes right the way through.
Yeah.
Which means the wire's probably in there.
Yeah, that's the harness, yeah. That's the waterproof grommet in the thing.
Of course it is, yeah. So is this.
Yeah, it keeps everything all...
Actually a very...
So I'm going to show my viewers the underside of this car now. Yeah, I'll put my selfie stick under it and I'll see if I've got enough battery for it. So I'll get another review from the external of the car. So it's quite nice. It's the dark tinted glass. The black suits it actually. It's really quite good. So let's get the camera on the underside now.
Yeah, I once knew a duck who did this for a living. He went to the garage and he says that'll be 50 quid. He says, oh fucking hell, that's a lot. He says, put it on my bill.
of my ball.
Terrible joke.
I'm like, oh, right, okay. So funny. And I was nicknamed Mr. Serious when I was at school, and I've had a sense of humour. So I'm like, oh, okay. That was my nickname at school, Mr. Serious. I was like, okay, I never took a joke. I'm like, what the fuck? What's the jokes now? Right, let's get on with this underside. Oh, is that the pint there? The trim
Now I have to
panel.
get in the boot because it's a big boot.
Yeah, oh, that just demonstrates the size of the boot, by the way.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's a big boot. What's the litres? Do you know the litre size of the boot?
I will find out for you
Yeah.
in just a second.
I'll actually get the handbook as well, and right, I'll get the underside of this. He's got the engine running, so I'll let you hear the engine first before I put the camera underneath the car. I'll get the exhaust as well then, eh?
Aye.
I know what side it's on now. It's on this side. There we go. The rev cover as well. Then. Nice, torquey. So there you go, diesel. Nice and torquey sounding. Right, underside of the car time now. So I've got this. I've got to think now. This might have to go upside down. To angle it like that then, won't I? So I'm not really sure what I'm seeing, but I'll give it a go. Probably see. I'm not quite sure what I'm actually seeing because I just sort of got the camera pointing. Try it then. I've got it running anyway, so I'll just maybe I'll apply a little bit of editing. Extend it further. Right, that looks more interesting. So that's looking at the rear suspension. That's looking over towards the front suspension. You turn your wheels again actually, see that comes through this time. See the steering. Yeah, see the CV joint. Double wishbone suspension. Drop shaft. Oh no, that's exhaust. That's exhaust right. Good right through. Rear silencer. So I'll go to the front, view from the underside at the front, and then seal of the skid pan of the engine, the protecting bottom side of the engine. Then I'll get the other side as well. It's like that sort of thing when you're testing for bombs, isn't it? Putting that mirror underneath the car. That's what I feel like you're doing. Jeez, I've got a steady hand. It's experimental. So it's like a multi-link rear suspension on this as well. The fuel tank, diesel tank is there, I think. Then I'm looking from the back of the car. It's had a tow bar, it still has, it's been connection point and actual hook point, towing ball. Oh Jesus, should difficult. It's just under my hands and knees actually. Function underneath here. Show you the underside of this car, because I'm interested. I'll be looking at this later as well. Oh, right, that'll do. Looked like somebody that checks for bombs underneath the car. Had the phone at the end of this going under it. Right, so Steve's going to show us some of the internal features of the car. So we're going to get myself in it and maybe drive over the top of this car park. So it's got the built-in sat-nav, display for the timing there. Oh, so this goes green, doesn't it? When it's in eco mode. And the normal
and when
mode,
it's not, it doesn't.
It goes into
when I'm driving,
yeah, so it changes colour. The CD player, this is the thing now. People are down to see.
Aye. Well, you can't really see it, but it is there.
So, guess where it is? It is tucked under there.
Yeah, it's right there.
I don't think I've got this on. Come on. Yep, there we go. And that's right, the CD player there. It just tucks in behind the centre console unit. The centre display unit will hide that. Your phone's ringing, so I'll not show that.
I've got rid of it.
That's good. So that's the interior. So you've got your heated seats as well.
Auto start.
Auto stop. That's your aircon, your fan speeds, rear.
Rear heated window and mirrors.
And mirrors as well.
Yeah.
Usual sort of
excuse me.
standard.
Yeah. Obviously it's got the dimming mirror on the centre.
Oh yeah, that. Oh,
It does have a button on it, but
mine it's crystal. Yeah, it's sort of like mine as well. Yeah, the seats go down in the back, don't they? As well. It's the other thing.
Yeah, which is where the sunglasses sit.
Oh,
where they sit. If you then put it back up a wee bit, it turns into a mirror.
Oh yeah, that's handy that. And the seats are like 20-40 fold, the rear 60-40 fold rather. 20-40, 60-40. And so
you
this
might
is
actually see the green. There you go, there's the green.
Yeah, so that's it in economy mode.
Yeah.
Economical. So when it goes, that changes to its sort of.
That'll go white.
Yeah,
it's not economic at all.
Back to not economic mode. It's got the rear sensors, parking sensors,
Camera
as well. Yeah. Oh, that's just the tools.
Yeah, it's just a toolkit.
Power steering. Yeah. And
I've got an acca sensor. I thought I would try that one again. Luckily they're not needed to pass an MOT. However, that brake light actually is, so that must be fixed. I've had to order a new one.
Aye, order a new unit, yeah.
Pain in them.
It is, isn't it? It's always the same, is it, with cars?
Yeah.
There's always something needing done.
Yeah.
It's to the much delight of the manufacturers and the parts and lucrative business. Yeah. So I'll show the back. So its build quality is quite good. This is into the rear side now. And as I say, the rear seat, it's yeah, that. And then that just automatically folds down as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As you do that, and then you get a massive boot. It's the same as the other side, yeah. And I'll actually try and show the degree how big that is just by. And there is levers that also release the seats as well. So they just simply go back in. Like such. Yeah. And there's tons of legroom in the back as well when you see.
Yeah, of course.
When I get in.
I mean, that seat's forward, but even if I put it all the way back.
Yeah, it's.
Mine is all the way back. I'll show my seat.
Oops, seat right the way back.
Yeah, and you're still comfortable.
They're still comfortable, yeah. I mean,
that's
good.
Literally, I'll put mine back to my driving position, which is there.
Yeah, plenty of room, like. Yeah. So it's really roomy in the back. Tons of room.
Having a passenger sits about there. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've got size 12 feet, and you can room there is. I mean, gosh. And the seats, they go right the way back as well, don't they? If you're to You can actually double up as a bed. It's actually that.
Oh, it will be for the
Yeah, you could. Yeah, and you get all that. So these handles, by the way, are just for releasing the seats. So when you pull them, they just release forward. The whole seat release forward, and that gives you the extra storage space. And there's usual rear beds as well.
Not the cleanest, but you know, it doesn't matter.
Oh, no, they could be hoovered out and cleaned. So it's tinted glass on
Oh god, yeah, it is tinted.
the inside, so I could see it pretty well. But for those
you
can't really see in, but I could clearly see out, which is
do that, and it's actually pretty dark. Yeah, it's quite nice though, actually. If I was sleeping in here, I'd be able to rest relatively easily, knowing that nobody could really see in.
No, it's difficult.
The only thing I'd need to do is, I said to Chris, I'd buy the wee magnetic curtains or something.
Oh, aye, yeah, you could do that because you would just hook up.
You can actually get one that hooks between that and there,
Yeah.
But apart from that, I'd like to have ones for the actual glass,
Aye.
especially the boot hatch. Because if I'm sleeping without a shirt on and whatnot,
you don't know what to be seen. Clear view. So is this light? It's not getting your reflecting
it's
too
not
much.
at all.
Okay, so we're just going to go down a few levels. I'll get some footage of the car inside.
Coming down a few.
Yeah.
Then you just get lift back up.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, you've got to be somewhere, so I'm going to
bounce.
I'll get this done and then I'll just make my way back up again. So it's quite quiet inside. You could hear the engine smooth purring away at the front. It's not loud and it's well insulated.
It is actually, yeah.
So,
just need to get a new brake light now.
oh yeah, that's annoying, isn't it? It's just
is,
one of these things, but you'll get the LED strip. Probably get it offline and shoot.
See, if it's Honda branded, it was 135 quid.
Oh,
I managed to find one on eBay. I don't know whether it's genuine or not. I hope it works, but it was only what, £18.
£18. Oh,
if that works, good.
Yeah, that's a lot cheaper than 100. You could maybe even open it up and see if it's breaking the circuit board or something.
Well, that's another thought. Yeah.
I'll
get my multimeter on it.
Yeah, it might just be a simple break or wire or the board's maybe damaged somewhere or not. Hopefully not. Maybe just a connector or something inside it. But and if you do get it fixed, you can always keep it as a spare or even sell it.
Well, yeah.
Sell it on, or just put that one back on and sell the one you bought if it's the original one. It is good. So in the back anyway, it's nice and comfy. I'll just show you how. Plenty of room in the back. And so you want to view. So it's some outside footage of it as it's coming down. Headlights and the rest of it. Ah, so it's charging up to 8 PM. Bloody crafty buggers. It used to be 6 PM. So we've got to pay the ground level. Well, if you go around and just park up with near the door there, and I'll show you where the pay things are. So we got caught out. Normally it's free parking at 6 o'clock. But what have they done? They've made it 8 o'clock. That's why it wouldn't open. So we'll have to come here after 8. Normally we do, but so we're going to pay for the. Yeah, it's just through that door.
The cash is good.
Cash is good. They certainly like to get your money, so they'll make it easier for you to pay. And parking. Yeah, that's a bugger. That I really thought it was. Well, it was normally 8 o'clock, 8 PM. So it's,
I'll let you know how much it is.
yeah, I'll be about 2:30 or something. So yeah, we're just on the car park. Normally the barrier's just open. It's free, and I wonder what was going on. Why it wasn't open? And it's there's a fee to pay. So we came in before 8 o'clock. So he's just going to be able to get that paid. Basically, the pay stations are just there. This is the Dundee Olympia car. It used to be Allen Street Car Park many years ago, and then they built the Olympia Swimming, and this car park's all one big complex. Still bits of the old car park there. Of course, this video this is no longer about the car. I'll just focus it into the car and just show you more of the interior while Struan's getting the pay for the ticket. It's just more of the interior, and it's lovely half leather, half suede as well. Strange to move this, just put it there so I could get a good view of the dashboard as well.
£2.30.
£2.30.
That's one way to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a bit of a time. So they've got to be away, so I'll just get the footage of it going up the road.
Now you're going to tell me about it.
Let's see this thing open this time.
No, it's not going to. Fuck.
Number plate, I think it's.
Look.
Hooray! We're getting to escape.
General George.
Yeah, so,
Through that tunnel?
yeah, I hear a turbo going, aye. That's not bad.
Right, I'll open the windows during that.
Yeah, so I'll get a wee bit longer to hear the engine.
Aye.
So I'll let you hear the engine. So you can hear the turbos when the accelerates up. Yeah. Oh, that's the speed sensor thing. That's
We love that, yeah.
yeah. So it's in the green. That green is in eco mode, basically.
The more green it is, yeah.
The more green, the more economical, and the more white, the less.
Yeah.
Economical, basically. So, and you can see it's manual transmission, power steering. Well, I went through it. It's most cars have power steering now anyway, but a car this size will almost guaranteed will need one. Wide wheels and tyres. So,
where will I drop?
Just at the.
I don't know what that is.
That's an old. It used to be an old General, and that's a Belgian car. So. That's a wee review. I think now I've just got to get myself back to my own car. They've got to shoot off to get somewhere, and I just got the footage. We were just a wee bit later than my plan, but
You'll be £2.30 for the video.
£2.30 for the parking. Just here, Struan, just here, big bounce night, so that's perfect. Now it's just not that far, I'm all back. Right. Let's pull it up. There's like the stars, two-wheel drive, all-wheel.
Oh right, okay, so mine's is the two wheels, so it's that one then?
Yeah, could be that then, aye. It's not the space saver, is it?
Oh, it's an well, actually, yeah.
You just pull that, and then...
Oh, yeah, you're not there.
Oh. And it just comes down.
It just falls down, yeah.
Right, so that's his back. They had to get somewhere for a certain time, so I just got dropped off there and made my way back here. It wasn't far. 20-minute walk, 1 mile. But I had to do it for the video because it just gets it done. It's no problem with me, it's easy enough to walk back. So that's the car review of, if you could call it that, just a car tour around the Honda CRV, just to show you what it looks like on the outside, show you what it looks like on the inside, lets you hear the engine, see underneath. A small repair job being done, which wasn't planned, which was involved removing the rear high intensity brake light LED strip assembly. It seems like the actual assembly itself is at fault, so he's ordered one up at a reasonable price. You could have a look at the old one that he's took off to see if we could repair it. So you were also getting to see the car in motion as well. You get to hear the engine revving up, the exhaust, you get to hear what it was like inside. So I've covered as much as I could in the time I was given. So I just thought I'd put that on my channel to share with you if you want to see my mate's Honda CRV, comfortable run-around vehicle. That's what the CRV stands for. And his particular one was a fairly high mileage, 135,000 with the 1.6 turbo diesel engine. But for the diesel engine, the high mileage is not so much of an issue because diesel engines tend to handle high mileages better than the petrol engine counterpart. I think mainly, well, one of the reasons is probably because the engine RPMs generally run slower because the diesel engine's more torquey than a petrol engine. The petrol engine tends to rev faster, and with parts moving faster, that would probably promote and accelerate wear quicker, because the bits are moving quicker, and it will probably burn more petrol burn more fuel because the 4-stroke engine goes through its cycles quicker as the RPMs go faster. So on the downward slope, it's sucking in the fuel and air mixture in a petrol engine. So it's doing that more often as the RPMs are faster, so it's not quite as economical in that respect compared to a diesel engine that runs slower. So it doesn't suck diesel in on the induction stroke, it's squirted in by the high pressure injectors when the piston's at near enough top dead centre when the gas, the oxygen is very hot, or the air is very hot, due to the piston coming up to the top of its stroke. So it's meeting the cylinder head in the combustion chamber. It's squashing the air into a tiny space and that heats air up. You could imagine it like if you're blowing up your bike tyre with the handheld bicycle pump and you touch the nozzle, you may find it very hot because that's the compression of the air being squeezed and compressing. As you compress the air, it heats up. So that's the principle of how a diesel engine works. So the high mileage things on the diesel engine tend to, I think diesels are more suited for high mileage, one of those because of that reason. They're tougher engines generally as well because it's got to compress the air at a much higher compression ratio compared to the petrol engine. So the components in the engine are generally harder and tougher, which means it could probably still up to more mileage as well. The downside is, of course, it's heavier and it's a bit noisier as well. Obviously it's a bit more noisy due to the higher compression energies. It's got to compress it higher. Higher compression will result in higher vibration. So the petrol engine is generally smoother because it's less, doesn't compress it quite as high, and petrol engines tend to run faster as well. And as an engine runs faster, it tends to smooth out more because the pulsations of the pistons in a 4-stroke engine especially will smoothen out. That's why when the engine's at a low idle speed, it will rumble because the pistons are going up and down at a slower pace, so it tends to pulse. And then that pulsation sets up an oscillating frequency through the rest of the vehicle and you feel that vibration. So diesel engines are generally a wee bit louder, a bit more vibration prone compared to the petrol engine. But the mileage in that thing, for a car that size that he's got, that mileage. It should just probably eat that mileage for breakfast, really. It's not really, I don't think it's too much for it. If it was just a wee, like a wee piddly 1 litre, you know, mini car, just a wee, tiny wee 1 litre, well actually, I'll maybe take that back, because today in the modern engines, the 1 litre engine is actually quite considerably more powerful than it used to be, but they do rev faster. But I think generally a smaller car, small engine car and a small car will probably fuel the miles more compared to, I mean not necessarily, I don't know, and not, as I say, I'm not a trained mechanical engineer, I'm just using what I guess. I reckon that if I was to choose, I would choose the larger car, would handle the miles better because it's more robust. And the car that's strange, like that Honda CRV, is quite a robust car, so although it's got 135,000 miles on it, for a 7.5-year-old car it's quite high mileage, but for the diesel it's, you know, for what he paid for it, he's done alright actually, so he's happy with it. I mean that brake thing, brake light, high intensity, that's just wee things, you know. But he's paid, for what he paid it was a good bargain, so and like you say, he likes repairing cars, that's a bit of a hobby, he likes doing fiddly wee jobs like that, you know, the awkward jobs, he likes the challenges, so I couldn't be bothered to do that. I'd rather just learn how it's done and I'm satisfied with that. I mean, I would like to do that kind of work, but it's just awkward. You saw how like that wee bolt just fell down. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the video and just see what else I put on my channel. All the banter in the video, by the way, that's us three. We do that. If you've seen our videos before, when Beast and Kay get together, we do the point-to-point challenges and we'll have a laugh. You know, we even had a fancy dress spin-off as well, and Kay getting into the Carter, he plays Gregors and all that. If you go to my channel, we'll go down to the videos that are titled point-to-point challenges, especially if I suggest ones, you'll see what I mean. You just have a bit of a muck around, but this wasn't scripted. As I say, I don't intend to script any video, I just do plan B. You may ask what plan B is. Well, plan B is make it up as you go along, wing it. That's what I do all the time, it's easier. Right, I'm going to have to go. So I hope you enjoyed the video, see what else I put on my channel, and I'll see you later on. Bye for now. Cheers, bye.